Good afternoon, Dripping Springs. It's Ashley and Amber, so it must be Wednesday at 4-ish o'clock, and this is Weekly Drip Season 6, Episode 9. Amber, how are you?
I'm all right. Battling this still. So sorry, everyone who gets to hear me like this again. It's definitely better than last week, but still on the road to recovery. Sometimes these things like to hold on.
Well, I am pumped that your voice is like a good 90-95% there, carrying a lot of the talking last week, although I'm sure you felt like I did so much talking. That was terrible. I think you sound better than ever. So welcome back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So spring break's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
What did you normally do for spring break? I normally stayed my butt at home. That's what I did for spring break growing up.
I stay with my friends as much as possible. It was like my excuse, like, I don't have school the next day. Can't I just stay with my friends? And my mom was like, cool, please be gone. And I was like, all right, bye.
Okay. It was the 90s.
Break over at a friend's house. And sometimes it would be at one friend's house for the whole week. Sometimes it would be like bouncing around, like I'm going to be over here for a couple days and then over here for a couple days, or like we'll walk to our other friend's house and stay with them for a couple days, like just a group of us migrating from house to house.
Yeah, I went to spring break camp. It just happened to be like a conglomeration of houses, and you just moved around like a herd. I love it. Yeah, that sounds pretty familiar. I know a lot of people are already lined up, ready to travel. But we thought we would talk about like things going on kind of in the area. So if your kiddo is like, I'm bored, we can at least like spark a few ideas to occupy their time while you're busy, like grinding away at your job, like most of middle-class America.
Fair.
So believe it or not, friend, I have a list, an actual written down list.
I'm so proud of you. My list is so short this week. One of us has to have a good list.
So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first? I can go first if your list is short, so that way, in case we found the same things. I know.
Yeah, that would
you go first. You go first.
I mean, that would be fine.
Let me get my highlighter out to check them off.
So both of mine are kind of on the early end of spring break that I've got. First one, for anyone who's been around for very long, you are familiar with the band Suede. They have been around for 10 years. It is their 10-year anniversary, and they are having a 10-year anniversary celebration at Hay City's store on March 15th, which is Saturday. So it's, I mean, the whole time counts as spring break, but so it's an early spring break. It's the first day. You could go down to Hay City store and celebrate with Suede. They are a really fun band to listen to. I've had the pleasure of seeing them play live a few times, and I've always really enjoyed myself. Have you been to a Suede concert?
No. Is it spelled like the fabric? Like suede, like the fabric? Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
They're very they're rock. They're fun. They're good.
Okay, right on.
Good time can be had by all.
Absolutely.
My other one is this year we get to do St. Patrick's Day and spring break in the same time. So
I think time changed too, by the way. I'm
just pile it on. Just get it all in there. So 12 Fox is actually having a multi-day celebration. So on the 15th and 16th, they're having like St. Patrick's Day celebration, where they have Irish food, they have Irish beer, they have green cocktails, they're going to have Irish desserts. But really that spearheads into Monday, the 17th being actual St. Patrick's Day, that's their St. Patrick's Day party. So you can come down and enjoy those things over the weekend, but make sure you come back for the party on Monday.
And huge thank you to Joe and Stacy for hosting Social Club for Fat Tuesday. Good times. You can always count on 12 Fox to do something if there's even an inkling of a holiday. Like, you can always count on them.
They're always doing something. It's all another thing. Good times had by all. They have the great playground for the kiddos. They always have I mean, whenever they have food trucks, their food trucks are always really, really good, especially when they bring in the specialty food trucks. It's always something really fun. I love how adventurous they are, and like bringing in the Irish food and bringing in the Cajun food, and just the variety is so fun there. I really, really enjoy that.
Agreed. So I have a handful of things too. And not all of them are in Dripping Springs. So I'm just like moms and dads. I'm just throwing ideas out there to like get your kids kind of occupied. So Rodeo Austin starts on the 14th, and that's going to run through the end of the month. So if you want to get your rodeo on, that's right on down the way. On the 15th, I'm clearly reading my list, which is why I don't make lists. So I'm not like staring down the whole time. There's a night hike at West Cave Preserve on the 15th. Reservations are required, and you can just Google West Cave Preserve, and that'll come right up. And so you can have a fun little nighttime outing there. Also on the 15th at Fairlane from 5 to 7 is a family-friendly Pride happy hour. So Pride of Dripping Springs is going to be there on the 15th from 5 to 7. I should have put these in order of like dates. For a day trip on the 15th, you can go to my old stomping grounds of Burnett, Texas for the Blue Bonnet Air Show, which now it makes me wonder, like I found the air show, but is the festival happening? I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like it's not time for the Blue Bonnet Festival, but why would they do the Blue Bonnet Air Show? Those might overlap. There could also be a festival. But the air show is happening in Burnett, which is just an hour and a half away. So you could see some cool old planes and newer planes and so on and some such.
Over there, check out the Chili's while you're there.
In Marble Falls, yes. The best Chili's in all of Texas.
Most you can get from a Chili's.
Oh my goodness gracious. The following weekend, the second weekend of spring break, there's a wildflower spring market at Ranch Park. That's on March 22nd and 23rd. So they're going to have, the shabby chic kind of things, home decor, gifts, handmade accessories, things for dudes, art, photography, all the things. Also that same weekend, there is a bird walk during the day and star party in the evening back out at West Cave Preserve on the 22nd. And again, reservations are required. So
did you hear what the library now has? Speaking of birds,
tell me everything.
Now has bird bags, and I'm not positive what all is in those bird bags, but I know that you can go to the library and you can like check out these bird bags. And I think there's like binoculars and there's a bunch of different stuff. It comes in a backpack for you to go bird watching, and they have both adult and youth bags. So you can like go check those out and then go do some fun bird watching. I've never done that before, but just the fact that that's an option, like I feel like I'm incentivized to go try that out. Who knows? Maybe that's my new thing to bird watch.
So this sounds to me like a Library Wild Birds Unlimited collab. Like there's no way it's not.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Amanda, owner of Wild Birds Unlimited, is maybe as big of a fan as the new library as Amber and I are. It's like AAA. We're AAA for this library. I don't want to say she's a bigger fan because I just can't believe that in my heart of hearts, but I also don't want to say she's a lesser fan either. So we'll
keep it right here.
Equal. Super pumped as always for our Dripping Springs library. And this has to be a collab between the two of them. If you guys haven't been through Wild Birds Unlimited, do yourself a favor and go. I bought all my wind chimes from there. I know it's a bird store, but they have the most amazing wind chimes ever. And it's such a cool place. And
right next door at Slice Street, like get yourself some piece of pizza, then go over there, get your fun stuff for your yard, for your birds. Oh,
Indian food at the other end, the cat flavors as well. I mean, there's
That's a
There's
really
a
good
lot.
complex. My favorite realtor is in that complex. I don't know if you know that Ashley Tullis with the Shopper Properties Group. She's also right there.
I am. I am. And if you need to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please come visit me. That sounds great. That's never happened before, by the way. Like nobody's ever just shown up in my office like, "Hey, I need your services." Maybe in the 90s that was a thing, but not in 2025. The last thing I wanted to touch on, and maybe we'll just have kind of a shorter go this week. There's Power Wheel drag racing at Speeding Springs on the 22nd. They're also having a swap meet. I want to say it's their second annual swap meet. Like I'm almost positive it is, if not more. But if you haven't been out to Speeding Springs, this is such a cool place to check out. And if you're like Power Wheel drag racing, what is that? It's for the children. It is meant for the dads to get involved or the moms too, and like really soup up those Power Wheels, but it's for the children.
I feel like that totally sounds like a dad event too.
Absolutely.
Although I don't know, maybe I want to drag race a Power Wheel. That sounds like fun. Says they have a 60-foot drag racing on a full timing system. So like you get the whole experience. Like, I don't know. I think that just sounds like fun.
Yes. And if you're like, what is a timing system? That is much more than a human with a stopwatch. Like it's an actual like red light to green light situation. And then you go, and when you cross,
it tells you how long it took you from point A to point B. And that 60 feet tells you exactly how many seconds it took for you to get there.
Man,
yourself too.
When your kids were little, I feel like it's the go-to. Nobody handed me the book on how to parent, and it told me this in there. But you would like time your kids doing something like holding their breath underwater. How fast could they run from like point A to point B? And they would get like really vested in beating their time. Did you ever kind of fudge the timer a little bit?
No,
really?
because I wanted to wear my kids out. It was intentional. Like, oh, you're a little bit slower that time. Maybe you should run faster and get more tired so that you can go to bed earlier tonight.
But you'd never like be like holding their breath. That's the one where like see how long I can go underwater. So I would count to 3 and then I would start it. So it wouldn't be very long.
Oh, I love that. No, I feel like I should have, but
or when I was done with the activity and I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and get a good time going. I might be like, okay, ready, set, go. Oh my gosh, you shaved off like 5 whole seconds. That's amazing.
I maybe made up a timer too, just because I forgot to actually start the timer. Like got distracted during I was probably doing something when this whole shenanigan started, and like, oh shoot. And I know the last time was 45 seconds. So I'm like, oh, you were right there, 45 seconds again. Ooh. Did we just do this?
Yeah, standard parent protocol. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
I think that's what I've got though. Goodness, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the Weekly Drip. This has been season 6, episode 9. We're here every week at 4-ish o'clock to talk to you about all things Dripping Springs. We love y'all. We hope you have a great week, a great spring break, and we'll see you next week at 4-ish o'clock.